Hello and welcome to the results webinar for the third question in the Cambridge Biology Challenge. Which organism in your local area has the most incredible biology? Now, just as a sort of information at the start of the video, I really struggled. We really struggled in this round to select winners. We've had by far the best set of entries in, incredibly high entries across the board. Equally, we've had so many prodded that this video we're going to try and keep it quite short, so I'm really going to whiz through the entries. Those of you who've won a prize, please don't be disappointed if we don't spend much time talking about your entry, because after this round, we're hoping to shortly launch our new online sort of showcase portal where, with your permission, we can share your entries with the public, with everybody, and sort of just show off how amazing they are. So just to remind you of what we'll be talking about tonight, so we've got our scoring system. Most entries haven't won a prize. Most entries have either received a participation grade, where you get 1 point, a commended grade, where you get 2 points, a highly commended grade, where you get 3 points, or a distinction grade, where you get 4 points. These points are added up. You'll receive your certificates this week, and you'll also receive your updated place on the national leaderboard. Next webinar, and possibly hopefully before then, we're waiting on some funding decisions. We're hoping to announce what prizes will actually be for those teams near the top of the leaderboard. We really want to do something special for you. We've been really impressed, but please just give us a little bit of patience, bear with us. We're trying to sort of finalise those details. Some teams also will receive a bonus point in this round, so we've got a range of prizes in different categories. Any teams that win, unfortunately not the runners-up, any teams that win will receive a trophy mailed to their school. Again, we've got a bit of backlog of trophies to send out, so do bear with us. Runners-up get half a point, category winners get 1 bonus point, and then we'll also reveal this round's overall winner for 2 bonus points. So let's see. Let's get started. So our first category actually was one we created just for this round. We'd ask you for the most incredible biology, so we decided we wanted to give an award for the best biological facts. Now we've got 2 runners up here. We were really impressed with the brain biologists who produced an amazing presentation all about robins. In particular, we were amazed at the quantum biology of robins and the sort of quantum physics of how their brains help robins migrate. Really impressive. Another team getting some bonus runners-up points here are Team Gias with their work on Deinococcus radiodurans, the very entertaining essay on this incredible organism, the world's most radiation-resistant bacterium. Who are the winners of this category? Well, the best biological facts we thought were produced by Team Triple Helix. Absolutely incredible poster on E. coli, talked about how, we've won 11 Nobel Prizes for bacterium, how it can steal iron from the environment using siderophores, how we can use E. coli in biofuel production. Their poster was just full to the brim with amazing facts, so well done. On to the most original category, so those who put a real sort of amount of independent thought and effort into their entries to create something really special. Well, well done to Avani. Really nice written entry on the distinguished web-building spider, telling us how it can jump 10 times its own body length, very rare in the UK. What set their entry apart was the beautiful arachnid-based poem at the end. I think one of the first poems we've had. Very inspiring. Look forward to sharing that on the website. Now, we've got a lot of teams actually called the Mitochondria. This is Hermione's mitochondria team, and Hermione's mitochondria team produced this lovely diary-based entry looking at the life of mosquitoes. Again, very impressive. We'll share on the website. And then a third set of runners-up for this category, loads of really special entries in this round. The Nitrogenous Bases, who produced a puppet show-based entry on. Now, this really does have to be seen to be believed. So again, definitely a response we'll be hoping to share on the website. Overall, picking the most original was really difficult. So again, we've got multiple winners in the most original category. Team Jail actually created an earthworm-based video game, using that to teach people about the incredibly cool ways that hermaphroditic, so both male and female earthworms, reproduce. Darwin would have loved that. Darwin was a big fan of earthworms. It was actually the last book he ever wrote. He said he was writing on earthworms because soon he was about to join them, just before he died. Secondly, Georgina, amazing entry, creating your own local organism top trumps, and she was rating different local organisms to her on their size, their importance to ecosystems, their phylogenetic relatedness to humans, and our favourite category, their incredibleness. And our third team is Lego with the Floem, a really just ridiculously impressive stop motion video, entirely stop motion animated, entirely done with Lego. They were looking at chickens, sort of talking about why they're interesting biologically, and also covering some really pertinent sort of moral and welfare issues we were really impressed by. Okay, we have a lot of podcasts. 2 podcasts that we've selected to win the Runners Up Podcast Award. So Biomystique very appropriately picked a mysterious organism, the jellyfish. Really lovely podcast telling us how they're able to do bioluminescence and glow in the dark, their abilities to self-clone, and we really liked your description of them as our little jelly friends. And next, a team who's already won before, but again, really impressed with ATP, Ask the People. Fantastic podcast on tardigrades, the water bears, explaining in great detail about how they're sort of extremely resistant to desiccation, able to survive in space. Really incredible stuff. Great podcast. But overall, there was one winner. That was Conundrum. Really impressive podcast on kelp. Again, Darwin loved kelp. He earlier remarked that they're sort of as diverse as tropical rainforests. And Conundrum gave us a really detailed explanation of how we achieve 5 million tons of CO2 sequestration annually. That's 20 times more carbon per acre than terrestrial forests. They talked about kelp being a new kind of form of biological carbon capture to help fight climate change. Wonderful podcast. Well done, you guys. Now on to one of our favourite categories, the most entertaining. Now, this was tough. Again, lots of amazing entries. Some runners up, first of all. Well, it's not every day you get to listen to an interview with a tortoise, but Pink Planet did just that. The tortoise didn't say much, but we did get to hear lots of interesting information about their heartbeat of 10 beats per minute, incredibly slow compared to sort of a human 60 to 100. All about their telomeres, the thermal functions of their shell. Really enjoyed your entry. Overall, though, the most entertaining goes to 2 different teams. So to Shaz's team with a scary but very impressive hypothetical snake invasion into their school, which included some footage of them interacting with a real snake. Very impressive. All sorts of great biology about the snake's unhinged jawbone. And then finally, a hilarious well done entry by Team Eukaryota. This has to be seen to be believed. This is definitely one for the website. If you ever thought that fungi and James Bond, Skyfall, could never be merged together, well, think again, because these guys managed an incredible endosymbiosis between fungi and Mr. Bond. Another new category for this round, best produced. We thought there were some really well-produced entries where people have put a lot of effort into their production. In particular, the Biomusketeers, really beautiful set of line drawings looking at the sort of biology beneath their local sea, marine seaweed, all about, depths of 35 meters and the various medical and scientific applications. Very beautifully illustrated. The most impressive set of drawings, though, we thought, were actually the most impressive produced video, were the Power Rangers. Very dramatic opening, talking about the countryside of skeletons, so chalk. They're in Dover, and explaining to us really vividly, really imaginatively about how these kind of cliffs of skeletons, of chalk, of the came to be. Really impressed. Okay, speaking of videos, onto the best video category. So runners up for the best video were another similarly named Mitochondria team. Really slick video, very, very well produced on lichen. Lots of teams looked at lichen, explored its role as sort of a dual organism, a mixture of fungus and algae, but these guys did a very, very professional job. Very tough competition, but for the actual best video, we picked two different teams. Pond Productions, looking at the biology of their local pond skater population, talking all about their sort of microceti detecting the weird way they eat, so injecting proteolytic enzymes into their prey and digesting them from the inside. Very great, and great to see you going out and finding pond skaters yourself. And then another arthropod turn here. Really impressive best video on ants. Again, has to be seen to be believed. This one, some very impressive graphic design. I think definitely an alternative career in video editing if biology. And if you really impressed, guys, really well done. Okay, onto the best audio. A very imaginatively, or I should say optimistically named team here. So the Cambridge Winners, they called themselves, and they did indeed win the runner-up for best audio. Really interesting audio entry on the moon jellyfish, including how to tell if they're happy. This jellyfish is really common around sort of UK beaches, and we really enjoyed your audio presentation. Some great sound effects, very enjoyable. And for seeing Cambridge, but always love to learn. So the best audio, two teams here. So from Wales, we actually had a really impressive song-based entry with a very good music video on the incredible biology of sheep. And then another team who've won previously, the Bazooka Lightning Sharks, making another impressive song-based entry on green grass. Again, we hope to upload both of these to the website. Really enjoyed your entries. Lots of great biology there as well. Another new category. A lot of people increasingly are doing their own original research, little mini experiments, mini data collection. We love seeing that as part of the Biology Challenge. We're really supportive of that, and we want to reward that with this new category. So Archie's team looked at the sunburst lichen, Xanthoria parietina. You've all seen this. This is the sort of yellowy golden lichen commonly found across the UK. And they did some really interesting work looking at how it was able to withstand very high levels of light intensity and live in actually very variable range of light intensities, and how that correlates with the colour of the fungal covering, the thallus. So yeah, really wonderful work. Look forward to posting that on the website. Two other teams we also think deserve recognition for best original research. So all three are winners here, no runners up. CGS Biology, wow, actually attempting to grow slime mold in your school. I hope your teachers didn't mind that. Really amazing entry. Sorry to hear the slime mold didn't quite work, but we think the effort's commendable. The Mo's team, amongst an amazing poster, including this very imaginative, very effective demonstration on a frog's skin and sort of showing the respiratory abilities of frogs' respiratory epithelia using Ziploc bags and dyed water. Well done. On to posters. We had a ridiculous number of amazing posters. Almost all the posters this time were incredible. We've had to pick some. So 3 runners up. We've had the Bio Buddies, who did their own mighty work on water bears. Just a really good poster. Look forward to posting on the website. We had Team Jag. Again, amazing poster on the Natterjack toad. Look at those lovely illustrations. And then the Bioctonauts. I hope I'm saying that right. Another beautifully produced poster on lichen, including lots of their own photographs. Guys, well done. As I said, we look forward to posting these on the website. So sorry to rush through them, but some really impressive pieces of work. The best posters, we narrowed it down to 2 here. So the glycoprotein. What a wonderful thing with your pun-based names. Wonderful poster on the harbour seal. I suggest you take a look at it, all about how harbour seals can, if you like, turn themselves bright orange, how they can dive for up to 10 minutes, and some really beautiful illustrations to accompany that. And then Vanna, wonderful comic-based poster on earthworms. As we said, Darwin would have loved this. Darwin was a huge earthworm fan, and anything that Darwin loves, we love too. Okay, a few more categories to award. In terms of the best present, so Selena's team, well done. We loved your Batman, Bat Fusion, very entertaining, and lots of great information there as well. The actual best presentation, and possibly if we gave an award for the best team name, the Helicoprion Appreciation Society. I had to look this up. I've never heard of Helicoprions, this extinct fossil fish with these spiral jaws, all very strange. But luckily, these guys looking at these, instead of looking at Helicoprions, and I'd love to hear why interested in them. They were around the Flide. They were looking instead around the Flide coast at the skates in their local area. Really clear presentation on skate biology. Again, we look forward to sharing that on the website. On to the written entries. So runner-up was Ruby's team with a very well-written essay on what we call the EVO-DEVO, Evolutionary Developmental Genetics of Butterfly Wings, and looking at the diversity of butterflies in their local area. Very For the best written, that prize goes to Emma S. With a really beautiful dialogue entry, so sort of narrative entry almost, between lichens, cyanobacteria, and fungi. Backward loads of citations, hard for me to do justice to now. Just really do recommend giving this a read through when we pop it on the website. Okay, best researched. Lots of people did some amazing research, which obviously had taken them a lot of time, and we want to reward that. The apple turnovers, well done you. Looking at a bacteria, Bacteroides fragilis. Really impressive, detailed research on how this is the only microbe known to counter colitis. Wilson's team, who again went out and did their own original research on red versus grey squirrels. Really, really impressed. Some great photos in your entry too. For the best research overall, well, that prize goes to Robin's team. Robin's team did a wonderful entry on the bats of Gloucestershire, looking at their amazing echolocation, the role of inflammasomes in infection, their longevity. Really, really high quality piece of scientific research. And the main winners for this category, well, they're joint with the Biologies, another tardigrade-based entry. The tardigrades, the water bears, very popular here, and rightly so. Really impressive entry, guys. Very, very professionally written. Next explanation. Well, this is where it gets a bit confusing, because I'm afraid both teams here are called the mitochondria. This mitochondria is Beth's mitochondria, looking at earthworms. Really impressive, really clear presentation. Very, very clear presentation. As always, extending their reflex arcs, where they move with their hydrostatic skeleton, circular and longitudinal muscles. Really, really impressive. Another set of mitochondria winners, this time Evelyn's mitochondria team, on the great crested newt. Beautiful diagrams, very well written. And some really interesting explanations about, half of great crested newt embryos dying due to balanced lethal system, where newts need two different versions of a chromosome to live. But they'll have a 50% chance that they'll get the same version, be unable to survive. Really, really interesting work on great crested newt reproduction and growth. Very impressive. Overall, for the best explanation, again, two teams tied here. Kyra's team, beautiful Microsoft Sway on black poplar trees, including content on how to identify them, their cultural history, their weird sexual systems, their own original microscope work. Amazing. We can't wait to share it. And they're jointly tied with the Darwinners. You did indeed win. Well done. With a really clear presentation on the incredible biology of the Hydra, looking at their biological immortality, their very cool cnidocytes. Nice presentation, guys. Well done. So that leaves us with one more category to award, and that's the overall winner. As you can see, a genuinely incredibly tough decision to make. So who was it? Well, we're delighted to announce that the overall winner of round 3, and this award's made due to both the quality of the presentation, the depth of their biological research, and the innovativeness of their own experimental work, goes to the Bishop biologists. The first time it's dissection done so far on the Cambridge Biology Challenge. These guys looked at owls, and we were amazed by your presentation, amazed by your video, and especially impressed by your owl pellet dissection at the end of your entry. Really, really, really well done. So well done to all of you. That concludes round 3 of the Cambridge Biology Challenge. Lots of exciting things to come. We've got our Ask an Expert session soon. Our expert on human evolution is looking through your questions if you sent those through. We'll be releasing details about prizes and your stats and your certificates emailed out next week. And I imagine you're all excited to know as well what the next question is. So if you're all ready for it, question 4 of the Cambridge Biology Challenge
is this: if alien life exists, what might we predict about their biology? The deadline for this question is Monday, the 27th of June. We really look forward to seeing your entries, and as I said, we'll be in touch by email, hopefully before then, with a little bit more detail on sort of what the plans are for the challenge this year and what prizes we're hoping to award. Thanks so much.